I think Rops again, pros do marvel about his decision-making in general, especially for a 17-year-old, so definitely be one to keep an eye on both sides of the map. And it's Mousesports starting on the T side, perhaps headed over towards that B-bomb site.
Yeah, this defense with USPs for North is going to be interesting. It's all about the first shot, stopping them from gaining ground. That's exactly what's happening. Cajun B is just setting down 2 players immediately as Magis gets free reign to work from the chicken coop. That's a good bit of damage put in there by him, and he's still in position, causing distraction. You can see that Dennis, one of the 2 remaining players from Mousesports, is occupied by looking for Magic's peek. It will be actually Oscar, though, who manages to get the pop, and maybe he can do some more here as he peeks out, but AZ will get the denial, leaving just Dennis. But MSL 1 HP. Dennis has so many opportunities here, and there you go. Manages to find the shot, and that's one of those pistol rounds where it's just, who knows which way that one's going. Just frags back and forth.
That's almost every pistol round, really.
I suppose so, yeah. Even if it's like a 2v5, it's pistol round, so it's all about the headshots. Ooh, we've got double scout games. We've got double scouts on North.
Well, let's see what they can do. But double scout on Cobblestone is quite the challenge, I think. But let's see if they have something in mind. Not the most open map to with which to hold angles. Prius still observing the ting. CT's mostly over towards that B-bomb site, so we'll see what AZ can do. He's over towards the B-bomb site at the moment, and Cajun B with the scout is for A, and Cajun B over towards B. Magic's closing the distance, blind but still gets the kill, traded. Not terrible for Mousesports, so it does go from interesting to bad as the second kill comes in for the CTs. 3 versus 2, they've got advantages now. Lowell trying to clean things up. He needs help from his teammate Chris J. He's only on the Tech 9, so they need to gamble themselves. That's a great cutting headshot from Cajun B, leaving Chris J alone. Short range versus long range. UMP can help for sure. He has time on the clock as well, but that bomb is exposed.
This is so weird, isn't it? You got two scouts on a retake here, and right now Chris J, he's actually found himself a pretty decent position here by the stairs. How do North do this one? Do they actually just abandon the scouts, just like run with the Deagle and the USP to get close? They're trying to get the pickoffs here, and they've used quite a lot of time in doing so. Hasn't worked out too well for them. Chris J's gotten some good tags. Flashes in there to maybe lighten the load, get one player down. There it is. Very patient stuff here from Chris J. Oh, gets the dink there through the wall. Oh, the hold here coming in from AZ, but Chris J with just a few bursts through the smoke will do the job. A close one though. Double scout. It's a double scout in the CZs. That force buy was pretty effective.
It was indeed, but does not yield a round for the CTs. An early scare for Mousesports, but maybe that will make them more aware in the rounds to come. Time will tell. They look focused for the time being, but do they look confident? I'll leave that down to you to decide. USP round for North. So really not much to get out of this round. We can focus on the anti-eco strategy of Mousesports. See a nice Molotov towards the bottom of the stairs. Chris J making his way in. Continuing with only a Tech 9 in this round. And what is going on? USPs. How do they get 3 kills with only USPs on an anti-eco? For Mousesports, that's crazy.
And now the opportunity with the UMP, but does some good work with the Molotov as well as the AK-47 to really eliminate any possibilities. But additional damage done from Config with that USP, and all of a sudden, Oscar is a headshot away, so is Dennis, and now it's just one more good connection from Config, and he's playing headshot angles here. He will actually dive down onto the bomb. Oh, he's actually good on the flick, but the aim punch is too much. And that was another... That is insane, because the whole point about the force buy, like beating the force buy, it's like, oh, thank God. We lost a bunch of players against force buy. It's okay, we can make the money back on the next round. Well, forget that. They lost 4 players. Again. The money... It sucks, James. It absolutely sucks.
Both teams on the buy. Oscar and Config on AWP. Chris J has decided to pick up a weapon. I'm curious about the Tech 9 only approach there, but they managed to survive. They've put the rounds behind them. It's still early days, and they've started off well, ultimately, with the 3-0 at least. Grenades for North, but the grenades are limited. Config towards the A bomb site, where Mousesports are clearing house at present. Clearing some space, but even though the bomb is in tow, it doesn't mean they're necessarily committed, and indeed, as they clear that area out, they start to back away and put numbers towards the B bomb site. So you can see this on different maps, just pushing the CTs back as far as is reasonable to try to deny them information. They want them to be deep into both bomb sites, but the CTs aren't going to do that. Magix and Cajun B pushing towards B, but now starting to fall back after not seeing anybody there. That timing may work out badly for them.
It's going to be interesting to see if Chris can get the opener. It's actually Oscar goes to the peak. Oh, the spray continuation is great from Magis. Gets himself a cheeky double. And now it's just 3 players for Mousesports to try to remedy this situation with 35 seconds left to play with. And it's not going to be an easy one. And Dennis might be the central feature there as he comes in with an opener from the A side of the map. And that's going to create some space. You can see the rest of Mousesports will dart their way back away from B into the middle position. But perhaps Dennis couldn't hold on for long enough.
Config with a nice tag, but not a frag. Man advantage for North at present. Moving around, but Ropsy has his back to MSL. MSL holding things down. 10 seconds on the clock. Won't be enough for Mousesports. North win the first bye round of the match. Both these teams at 1-1. Tournament life not on the line, but nobody wants to go 1 for 2.
Ooh, already a tactical timeout from Mousesports. That's very early for such a thing.
Yeah, if it works for you, do it. Why not?
What do you think they're talking about?
If they have their computers at home connected to get Dragon Lore drops, since it's Cobblestone. Or, I mean, in fairness, right, every round has been a struggle for them so far. Even the anti-eco rounds, even when there's only USPs,
True.
It's been a struggle. And that's, when do you see a struggle against 5 USPs? We've seen rounds 1, but very rarely. I can count maybe less than 3 that I remember witnessing, where pure USPs have won against a full buy. That is very nutty indeed. And Christian had a look towards this angle initially, but didn't quite clear out the close area. But I suppose Oscar was crouch peeking for a longer range towards the B plateau area. Either way, it works out for North. That's what's important if you are a fan of the North team. MSL may just go. Cajun B will be headed towards the drop and the B bomb site. Dennis moving in quickly, but not really yielding any results.
Yeah, the fast explosive play has, well, perhaps it's backfired on them. They're getting quite crushed at the moment. Rox gets himself a double there. Some extra money, extra damage, but it's an extra round for North, and they now move to 3 in this map. As you say, I mean, it's at the moment, despite the start due to the pistol round and the initial 3 rounds conceded by North, everything really has been a struggle for Mousesports. North, despite it's one of those situations, isn't it, where despite one team sort of being on the back foot or, you know, losing the initial rounds, they do actually look like the stronger team somehow, because they are able to take these unfavorable situations so very far, or much further than they should be able to do so, which can only fill them with confidence, especially now that they have an eco to play against. And I'm sure that feels nice after the struggles of the early portions of this map so far.
Birds and pistols. Not much else going on in this particular round. See what Mousesports can do with what little they have. No grenades for the Mousesports team. They can try to use the numbers game to plant the bomb. There is a deagle in play on Rops. That's more or less it. I don't expect the same results with the Glocks as we saw with the USPs in the previous round. So it's target practice for Cajun B. The clay pigeons are being launched into the air and they're being bursted one by one.
North team really focused right now. Very confident from them. That's, you know, one of the interesting things you see with these, you know, player cameras, you know, getting better and better quality, bigger pictures and so on. You get to see more of the actual reactions, the responses from the players. And you can often tell, even if a player's in a losing position or if they're losing rounds or if he's losing situations, just the demeanor can really tell you a lot. And have to hold the fort there. Config, what on earth are you doing here? Oh, he's got the smoke tricks, hasn't he? But they look to be fairly aware of that. So a couple bullets in there, and Config will have to hightail it out of there. But honestly, that's a big risk, and he will get away scot-free. And here's Mousesports up A-Long.
Config makes it work, but he's going to get traded, so perhaps he didn't make it work after all. AZ caught in isolation, but they were running through to smoke the T's. Somehow that works out for them. The flash definitely would have helped there. Rob's coming in for the flank as well. Here's one player rotating, and he can cut off two CTs unbeknownst to him. Magix not expecting a T to be there. MSL now isolated on the A site. Players to the front, players to the back. MSL down. Shallow grey for him, leaving Cajun B alone towards the B bomb site. Mousesports, a four-man take of the A bomb site has been successful, and they should be back to winning ways. Cajun B, he wants to be the princess. He wants to be Zelda. But who will be his link dad?
I have no idea, James. But what I can say is that this is an interesting situation, because if he is able to carry this all forwards, and North can, after their round loss here, they can actually easily afford a buy. Even if he was to lose the AWP, I think they can get a definite buy-in. So Mousesports, their work has not been done just yet. They really need to break the money of North to steal away the momentum and really steal away some of the confidence as well that I think is very evident on the North players. They definitely have a bounce in their step here today, and steely look to their eyes. I think Magix just always looks focused though. And he's quite an emotional player as well. You'll see him, of course, when he's winning rounds, he'll be screaming and shouting.
Steely blue eyes, almost matching his shirt. Magisk. CT's on the buy once again. The second AWP. Config and Cajun B, both with the snipers. Config going for a forward position towards A. Mousesports taking their initial control. The game has evolved since the T's would send one man up plateau. The stairs changed that. One man up plateau trying to get a pick towards Coop or wherever the CTs may be. Stairs adding a different dynamic to things. And there's Magic spotting some players isolated. Nice pull from him, wins it, gets out of there. Early advantage for his side. And we may see a slow round thanks to that. AZ's in a danger position, and he and Config are starting to back off now. Maybe with a read that Mousesports might see what they can do towards A, and they're not wrong.
Yeah, it's really cool to see North taking risks early on in some of these rounds. And you can see the advantages put them in. Also, it makes Mousesports a little bit more readable as to what they would likely do. Okay, now they're down to 4 players. Ooh, Config quite close there, whiffing some shots through the smoke, and we'll see Mousesports starting to gravitate towards the A-long position, perhaps relying on Chris J to be the guy to get the opener here and allow his team, cue his team into the bomb site. There's smoke for the doors. Here goes AZ though. Nice flash coming in from the CTs. Only good for one though, but MSL will burst out the doors, but it's not going too well. It's great recovery here from Mousesports.
Dennis will be able to get the bomb down. Cajun B can't do anything about it. Magic's behind the smoke waiting for it to dissipate at the moment. Cajun B holding angles for the meantime. Will they commit to this? 2 versus 2. Don't have a kit. Perhaps there's one on the site somewhere. Perhaps there's one around the site. Rops with an off angle will be difficult to deal with. Dennis, can they work together? Dennis being the bait, but Dennis has been eaten alive, leaving Rops alone. If they push him, he's got a shadow advantage. He will hear the footsteps being made. He knows they jumped up, but he can't quite land the shots. Cajun B delivering one straight to the dome, and North will tie the score up once again. Close game so far.
And it is indeed the bomb plant is so necessary for Mousesports to be in a position to make sure that they can get every grenade into the following rounds. Obviously, this round, they would have been good just about anyway, but in some of the future rounds, it can really make the difference when you're on a half buy later on. A few extra grenades, those bomb plants really do add up. I love this, just seeing the AWP duel there, and
that's what virtual reality looks like before you put on the headset. Or some of them, anyway.
And KJB looks pretty good here so far today as well, and we know that he's a pretty scary player when he's actually on his game. And as far as, you know, Mousesports, how Mousesports interpret this from in a strategy perspective, it's going to be difficult against North if they are hitting like this. Config obviously providing presence on the A side of the map with the AWP as well. How much can he get? There's one. Spots the second one. Good information for the team now. The rotation will start to come in. AZ goes down. Oh, that's a very, very, very painful miss for Config.
MSL moving into a forward position. Little choice for him. It's maybe the best option they have. Flashes in from the back. Not quite going to flash him, but the duel will go the way of Mousesports anyway. But that's a great Molotov sailing over the roof before Dennis even gets to that angle. Really nice. Have not seen it thrown from there before. Lovely stuff from Mousesports, and just attention to detail there. Maybe saving them a duel. Who knows if they would have won it or lost it, but it helped them win the round for sure.
And going around a piece there. Where does that leave? North, you can see it leaves them in a pretty horrible spot at the moment. KGB would be able to drop a weapon, and so would Magisk as well. So they would be able to actually, you know, force up a buy in the next round, but only if they survive with all their players here, with Magisk and KGB. And another great thing there as well is that if they do so, they'll survive with an AWP too, because obviously that's not something they can rebuy. So North still with another chance to try to crush Mousesports here and take momentum away, but it's actually now Mousesports who are in the driving seat. And again, I think for both teams it's so incredibly crucial to have a strong T side, because we know that North have a really good T side, and they have some of the best anti-force buys and anti-eco drills in the business on this map, so they're a very formidable opponent, and Mousesports can be assured that North are likely going to get a good chunk of rounds on that second half, so they're going to make the most of this, and so they'll be happy now to be back in the driving seat.
Timeout from North. But who is doing the talking? I don't see much chatter there. Maybe a mere moment is required. Back and forth the rounds go. Lydia force buy from the CT side. Seems that way. 3 rifles so far. We'll see if anything's on the floor. There's an MP9 on the floor. Was it? No, it's a UMP, sorry. So we'll see what there is for MSL. There's a UMP for him also. And again, Cobblestone is one of the more difficult maps for the CTs to have some aggression in, to take what an area which you would traditionally expect with the T's. But enough about that. Oscar going full pug mode, getting a nice shot there onto AZ. There's one more CT to find, looking for a flank, but Rops is creeping. MSL taking massive damage and will get finished off by the Molotov. So this round may already be over. 5 versus 2. Surely they've got to run away.
Yeah, what a great call to just go for a really fast mid-rush there and just blow up the timing of North. And it's something that you can throw in, you know, every once in a while, but you can't really, you know, that's obviously not a reliable opener. Generally, you want to open with defaults, which, you know, that's what Mousesports have been doing. But it's also good to see. I mean, we had a great from the shout-outs to the production there to actually put up that the comparison between KGB and Oscar at the start, because I think that's actually very relevant as well, just generally speaking, is Oscar's performance, because Mousesports are a team that will try to play around Oscar and enable him as he dies actually with the AWP, because he's a very explosive player. He can be incredibly good aggressively, but sometimes he just has his off day or his off game, and that can really hurt Mousesports. And at the moment, again, we did see a great entry from him, but otherwise he's been fairly quiet so far for Mousesports.
On the subject of hurting, North tried to keep the AWP out of the hands of the guys. I'm not sure if they were successful or not in the end there, but presence of mind is always good, but it did cost him that extra weapon. KGB still alive. KGB spent a lot of time on his own at the end of rounds holding on to this AWP, and he still has it now. Flashbangs flying in, another fast round from Mousesports, but KGB's there. He's around the statue, he's got support from MSL. KGB's gone, so is the AWP, but the USPs are almost like Deagles, it seems, in this match, doing more damage, but now the 1 versus 3, too much to ask. 7-4 for Mousesports, perhaps they'll start to pull away now.
Yeah, looking like they've left that inertia and are starting to make their way forwards indeed. It'll be very cool to see if there's going to be any mix-ups here from North on the CT side. again, I really feel like North are a team where they don't really need more than 5 rounds on the CT side. It's very workable. Obviously, you would love to have as many as you can get, but that's going to be a scoreline they can work very effectively from should they not have a very crazy disaster on their second half. But get Dennis opening up things towards A-Long here for Mousesports. And another fast situation. We can see that since the timeout, the pace has been very high here from the Mousesports side, just darting straight into the A side of the map. But this round, it's not really quite paying off as it was previously, but they're committed. The bomb is down in middle.
Magix has been heard. Sorry, Rox has been heard by Magix jumping in. So this is looking like a more difficult round. All the headshots now coming from North to Mousesports, but it's Oscar left alone. And perhaps he can show us something spectacular. It does not look like his position has been detected at all. There's one CT spotted straight in the face of MSL. Surely he won't expect another player, or will he? Bouncing it off into that corner. He was correct. There goes AZ. 2 more to find. He's got 55 seconds. Cajun B, though, he's on the flank. They know where the bomb was, and the bomb is still there.
Oscar, we've seen him do this sort of thing before, but how do you predict where these 2 remaining players are? I just can't get my head around it. Oscar, he has a lot of time, though, to try to make his life somewhat easier. He can try to fake perhaps even going towards the other side, or even just do that entirely. Oh, he's going to get caught, though. Runs into danger. That's the wrong guess, and it's very, very hard there. Oscar, honestly, getting those 2 kills in the way that he did was impressive in of itself, but it's going to be the round there for North, and a good defense of the A side of the map. And now the question is, do Mousesports keep this really fast pace that seems to be, or has been in the last few rounds, the answer to their initial problems?
Yeah, it seems they just wanted to bully North if they could, Mousesports. And they're still on the buy. They've got a full buy, as you can see on your screens. Not much money in the hole for either team, so in the last 3 rounds, this is going to be a big one to see who takes the lead going forward. A great 2K from MSL. He can back off now. Spotted the bomb as well. So Mousesports are somewhat committed to this position, especially with 2 of these 3 players going down. Anticipating a bomb pickup, the grenade will fly through. The bomb will be thrown away. CTs may not know this, but Chris J, his fate is sealed to the point that he is stuck in this position. And the CTs will wait for him. But perhaps his presence can run distraction while Mousesports make inroads elsewhere.
It is interesting, just again, we saw a very, very fast opening. That seems to be the approach here. And speaking of approach, that's a good way for Oscar to approach the B bomb site. However, Oscar needs to get everything done by himself. Misses the shot, and even had he hit it, he would be a dead man, and that is indeed what he was. So new round, new chance perhaps, but it is North with 6 rounds on their CT side, and they do look quite formidable already. And as you mentioned previously, in the last round, the money for both teams was very low. So that was a very critical round for to be won, as it will likely convert into another round here going into the dying rounds of the first half. Oh, I had a taser.
Yeah, perhaps port by accident. Can be off-putting that you press 3 and it comes out before the knife does. Config, tag, but well, now he's dead. Mousesports again at a fast pace, charging towards the A bomb site, maybe out of necessity this time because of these pistols, the lack of bits and bobs on this buy. Low of AWP, traded though by Cajun B. Oscar can't get anything done in response, leaving Rops alone with the M4. That's why Dennis there as well with 7 HP. Didn't see that on the HUD, but Dennis won't last too longer than my words. 7 apiece. And Mousesports will be back on the buy, but perhaps the momentum is back with North.
Yeah, I think this is quite a scary scoreline for the Mousesports side right now, because North, up to 7 rounds, getting a lot of comfort. They're going to have ample opportunity to run their game plan on the second half. Mousesports can still win the half, though. Yeah, both teams with a full buy. And I'm liking the double off here from North between Config and Cajun B. It's been pretty good, and that's a really solid tag. It feels pretty horrible in Dennis's position to go down to 12 points of health at the beginning of the round. AZ's alone, deep on the A-long position. And here comes Dennis. AZ alone, very, very alone. How well can he play this alone? Going for some spray here, and that will give away his position as he will get wrapped. This is very scary for AZ. There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide for AZ. They absolutely must know he's there. Config is coming in, but he can't make it in time. Great use of the Molotov to deny any support.
Yeah, and that makes life awkward for Config. He's chosen to stand his ground. He came to try and rescue his teammate. He might have a shadow advantage, looking at the shadows coming off the sidewall there. He might have a slight warning. He really needs to focus on his front. There's a shadow, there's a shot onto Dennis, and now he's the bait for MSL to clean up yet more. He also has shadow advantages, great positioning by these CTs, and it will allow them to crush the round so far. Rops in a 1 versus 4, and 40 seconds. He's got an AK. There's no flank this time. There's still one player in the B bomb site, despite the bomb being here. Can just serve to hold down the drop area for the time being. Does Rops wait for the smoke to disappear? He may have no choice. He'll really hope there isn't another one coming, and he'd be right. No smokes left on these players. Really checking all these edges. Now you can see the thought process of Rops, but not for long. 4 players, too much to ask. It's North to take the thin lead into the second half.
Yeah, they're definitely convincing me much more so far in this map against Mousesports. And Mousesports couldn't quite get anything going. They were able to get a lot of rounds, of course, but I feel as though they had a lot more opportunities. And all that is just down to how precise we've seen Cajun be. Again, like setups like this, you know, where they're able to play the baits there. They were able to slow down Mousesports a bit to get into these positions, which is really remarkable. Because that's half the battle as a CTs. You know, once you have the information, you've got to get into the positions that will optimally deal with the impending attack. And do you have time to do that? That's always a question mark. But North created time there, and that was then to their success. As we move now into the second pistol round in the second half. Mousesports desperately need this pistol round really to get a good start going. Well, there you go. That works. Dennis takes on KGB straight away. And that's good for a quick man advantage.
Yeah, but pistol rounds being what they are, things can quickly turn the other way. Rops ends up facing 2 players, can't kill 1. Config's in support to make it 3. Oscar and Dennis are in, they're facing 4 people on the A site. It's been cut in half, but MSL will cut those numbers in half as well. 3 on 2 now. Mousesports have Chris J flanking Config, and Oscar tries to run distraction. He's got a range advantage, but doesn't have the headshot. Config now running away, maybe looking for Chris J. Looking for a flank, but Chris J did flank, but from a different direction. So now it's almost random. Config's picked up a USP. Might simply be about who spots who first. If Config throws a grenade, it gives his position away, but he doesn't know where Chris J is. So he's sacrificed some info, but he will hear that bullet. Now he knows he's safe to run towards B.
This is great because, at the very least, at this point now, Config's done enough just to get the bomb plant. There's extra money for the team. That means that they can at least get AKs on the 3rd round of the second half, or they can force by next round with Tech Knights and nades. So just that's great already, but he can still win the round as well. Chris J's in a lot of trouble, has no idea where Config could possibly be. Where does he look? It's all about timing. It's all about connecting that shot. Config giving his position away, not connecting as he should in that spot. The smoke goes down to pressure the bomb. Config very paranoid right now that the defuse could be coming in on the smoke, but now he knows he's standing right there. Will he pull the knife out? That's the question. Oh, this is getting quite dodgy, but will eventually do it with the USP. That's such a save.
I'm surprised Chris didn't commit in the first place because he had a kit, the smoke's down. He has a lot of cover from the statue, but he can't, maybe he doesn't know if the smoke is covering him or not. Of course, it's not a guarantee. He will defuse the bomb, especially when he hears so many bullets being fired. He's going to have some extra time with the reload in, but there we go. He chose to fight, and it just about didn't work out for him. Very close stuff. Finally bringing the pistol down a little bit, and that is a release of tension for North, but there's a lot of Counter-Strike to be played. And the CTs, for the most part, they've invested. Chris J's got 950 in the bank, and Oscar saving for AWP, so he has not invested much.
Wow. They use a lot of Molotovs there, just carpeting the entire drop zone. Approaching upon B. MSR now the run and the gun, and oh dear. This is awkward. This looks really good for Mousesports right now. They can't even get out the choke point. This is a massive disaster. Still 5 players alive here for Mousesports. If they manage to do this, they'll pick up all the guns. This cannot happen. AC has to do some damage. He's got 4 points of health. He can't really do it. Only 1 kill. And now it's just a mad dash to pick up guns. They've got 2 UMPs, an AK. That'll do, to be honest. That'll do.
I was thinking to myself that the anti-force by anti-eco rounds could hardly be worse than what we saw in the first half. And yes, they could hardly be worse, but they were worse. Or it was worse. The first one, much worse.
It's really weird from North because, again, for me, they're a team that have shown so many sick drills in those rounds. So I'm very surprised.
Yeah. And this is maybe even a better situation if Mousesports can prevail in this round. They get free UMPs to farm some cash, plus the win bonus from the previous round, and this one if they are successful. But easier said than done, as we've seen in both halves of this match, in fairness. North quickly clearing out this area, as their opponents did in the first half in one of these rounds. Trying to force these CTs back, but these CTs don't necessarily want those close engagements versus Tech 9s and the like.
Got to say, I love the sound of the burning there.
I thought you were going to say birds, but no. Why birds when burning's there?
It's just like quite the kind of like the crackling, the little crackling that you get in the flames there. It's kind of a nice, it's a pleasant sound to listen to. It's very nice.
From the Valve bonfire.
Yeah, the birds though, not so much in comparison for me.
Okay then.
Yeah, Cajun B though, he is going to make his Deagle sing with a beautiful shot there onto Dennis, and now it's going to happen perhaps the other way. Rox though looking to make the difference, but the difference will be marginal as we get the remainder now of Mousesports starting to funnel through from the B-bomb site. There might still be a chance here for them.
Chris J is around the APC, or is he? No, he's still in the balcony position for the time being, but now he goes down in every sense of the word. AZ picking him off. AZ on 10 HP. Config was also in the red, but it's a 3 versus 1. Low's got so many targets, won't get the first one. Happy big spirits in North. Bro fists all around. 8 to 10.
I do love how enthusiastic like Magisk is. He like just raises his arm like straight to the ceiling for like the bro fist. It's just like the comparison is so funny to me.
I remember
awesome.
E-League as well. He was always amped. He was wired.
Pumped.
He's passionate. Passion is a beautiful thing.
One of the younger players as well, still with the fire in his belly and the hunger to get these massive wins, big tournament wins. North now 2 rounds ahead of Mousesports. Mousesports with a poor buy. North just running a default at the moment, holding passively towards the A side of the map, in making sure that no CTs can trespass onto their territory without repercussions. And on the B side of the map, we see North taking it slow and pressuring, trying to bait out some nades here from the CTs, should there be any. Of course, there isn't that many left to go with, and there's a quick peek from Chris J. Looks like the patience here from North has paid off.
Dennis will take MSL down, but no bomb spotted just yet. 1 man lost for both teams. Config still lurking outside A. But the bomb may ultimately go towards B. North haven't made it through to B plateau yet, but you can see AZ is he's asking questions. He may start to poke and prod as they reach the 45-second mark in time remaining. 3 CTs now towards the B bomb site. Oscar not sure which way he should go though. Moving towards connector once again as double Molotovs come in towards the B bomb site.
The fast approach, AZ denied though. A little close, but how long can he stay there? Looks like not too long before he is removed. Now it's Oscar playing behind the boulder, but for not for too long though. The Eagle is going to reign true for Config. Allowing a plant to go down, but Dennis with a very high flash there. Not sure if that's going to really work out too well for him indeed. Cajun B ready and awaiting. That's going to be another round coming in there for the North side. They are starting to stretch their wings a bit.
See some frustration on Dennis. The game is slipping away. at the moment. The lead is increasing for North. And it's never fun to be sitting around with pistols. Surely we're not going to see another almost colossal USP round one. There is a cameo appearance though with Rops. Apart from that, it is USPs all around.
USPs. I like it. Oh, he's going for a lovely stroll. The scenery of Cobblestone is quite marvelous. I do enjoy it.
Rumour has it the North player houses also look like this now. With the fat checks they are cutting from their team.
Well, they bought a castle, is that what you're saying?
Chateaus, maybe. I don't know.
Le Chateau.
MSL's made its way all the way through A. So the bomb will rotate, but it seems Cajun B and Magisk will be content with containment. And it's nice if you plant the bomb, get the bomb plant bonus, and then win by elimination, which is a higher kill reward, right? Then life is good. MSL wants to farm. He's hungry. He's bloodthirsty. The man's got rabies. He's frothing at the mouth. He wants to run around and bite people with his Mac 10. Magic's in there as well, but there we go. The pistols begin.
I actually thought that he wouldn't peek through the doors because there's not too much to be gained by doing it, really. I mean, okay, there is some money bonus for the Mac 10s, but look at the ranges. It's actually really smart that Mousesports aren't really pursuing, because there's really not too much that they can do other than give money away to the Mac 10s. So that they're actually doing a good job here. Almost 2 kills for them, doing quite some damage. This is one of those situations where you might wonder, what are the implications? But every single edge matters in a professional match, especially at a major, no less. So the fact that there's 3 kills there for Mousesports, I realistically think that North could have made it 0 kills for Mousesports just by, as you said, James, just containment. Just play the containment.
Yeah, KGB pushing towards the plateau there with the AK versus USPs is a question of risk and reward.
I mean, the money's not that amazing, so.
Yep. 12-8. Oscar back on the sniper rifle, and he's headed over towards the A site in that long position with Dennis on the low grounds. T's will wait. Don't often see people flashed in. And you can, obviously there are risks involved, but you can stand behind the smoke and just block people if they try to rush in. But those scenarios don't occur on Cobblestone too much. Christian and Lowell on a, they're looking to get aggressive towards the plateau on B. Meanwhile, the numbers are towards A for North.
Only one man will retreat behind the smoke. It's Oscar, who is the man with the AWP there, and he's a dangerous one. Dennis playing a scary position as well. You can have a lot of opponents coming at you with good pop flashes, and aggression there from Chris J, trying to be able to get the information, and maybe he could get lucky and there'll be a rotation, could get a flank going, but that's not the case. And that puts even more pressure on the A defenders here to get some good initial kills to allow time for rotation as the play does come in onto the A site with the bomb.
Cajun B joining the side, 30-second mark. Magisk making his way there as well. Dennis is on the low ground, so perhaps he can cut a player off. Perhaps he can flank or stop the two-pronged assault from being a two-pronged assault and leave it to one. But they're almost on the site, and Oscar's got no idea. He's close right to the AWP. No scopes MSL in the back. Conflicts there as well. Dennis and Rox coming in for support, leaving Cajun B alone with the AWP. 10 seconds. He needs to die or run for his life. Dennis is very close to him. Going to push through the smoke, but he'll get a nice quick scope there. But the round is with Mousesports. 3 players surviving for Mousesports would be great. They are in need of the cash as well. So things may look pretty tight in the coming rounds.
I do feel like the ambient sounds are much louder, which I actually kind of like. It's nice hearing getting more of an ambient sound on the map. Just it's just nice.
You should get a WoW music video down.
I should
put that in the background when you play.
Yeah, just should get an alarm clock that can wake me up with birdsong. I don't know. Either way, North looking to wake Mousesports up with the sound of AK-47s. Perhaps there's a lot of pressure straight away through the doors there onto the A side of the map, down middle. And again, a lot of this is certainly about trying to get the CTs to use utility, get the CTs to, rotate out of their initial positions. Obviously, they're in quite forward spots at the moment, but again, we saw this smoke last round. And also a similar push coming in. It was actually Christian who made the push a bit later in the round there onto the B plateau as well. So both teams prodding and poking at the moment, but see what opportunities are available for North as they do push Oscar back here on A long.
Slow round from the T side, but Oscar may force them to speed things up, picking MSL off towards A. Flashbang will hit config as well. Dennis is still there on the low ground, but he'll have to watch his back. Oh no, he won't. He's on the outside. He's on the CT side of the low ground, so he's fine for now. Oscar still got angles on the high. Rops was over towards A for support, but now he's starting to move back towards B, trying to read what North are doing, and again, they are in the right. Magus has made his way into the drop zone. KGB and AZ looking to approach plateau, but there are 3 smokes live on the map at the moment. 26 seconds now for North to push.
Yeah, it's starting to get quite tight, isn't it? It's going to be a tough one. Not too much really can go wrong here with the time so low as it is. And speaking of low with a quick kill onto AZ there. But otherwise, things going fairly smoothly here for the North machine. The engine powered by Cajun B, but the power's been taken out because Oscar arrives onto the scene and he says no. Really good work there from Oscar. Great round from him. And that's going to be keeping Mousesports in this one with a fighting chance, keeping the scoreline very close against North. But if we look now to assess the situation on the money, you could even get better still, because that was the round to break the economy of North. So now they're stuck on pistols. It's a really difficult round to play with. They don't have any grenades too, so just really looking at damage. I don't think they could get a bomb plant here with this.
Well, the Pistols have done quite a lot in this game so far, Dan, so who knows what they could do. Well, 2 players down early significantly reduces the problems. The Pistols seem to have been most effective towards the B bomb site, or for both teams in the T halves and the CT halves. Let's not forget that USP round. The 5 versus 3 is a strong spot that greatly reduces the percentages, not just by 40% in personnel, but chances to achieve various objectives in the round as well. Lowell from the back leaves Cajun B towards B on his own as a bomb. They just rotating from A. Potentially heard as Dennis is looking to flank now, and Oscar will take up the drop position while Rops moves into B. So the net gets smaller. Lowell's still there, but is he bait? Chris J has an angle, and there it is. The bait is real. Not a single player lost for Mousesports. Not a single player touched for Mousesports. They are sparkling. They are well polished. They are spotless.
Peering in through the trees into T spawn, and
like a young hungry pervert.
I was just, you know.
No, it's fine. Don't worry. I got it, man. I got you.
Just, you know, I was gonna maybe make it a little bit less obvious, but you know, whatever.
They've got 2 AWPs now, Mousesports.
They have indeed. Oscar and Chris J. AWP in. Both very effective AWP. It's great to see Chris J, you know, back on the AWP every now and again. Of course, you see it less as Oscar is the dedicated AWPer since the reins were taken by Chris J. Oh my God, Rops, you are an absolute beast. He's pushing in. He cares not. The UMP, that's wonderful, and he steals away an AK as well. That's beautiful stuff there, and that makes life a bit harder for North, and perhaps there's some good information there for Mousesports, but they're not going to jump the gun. It's very early days. There could still be a change here from North strategy, but they do look committed to going into B quite soon.
MSL having to rotate to join the team. He is the bomb carrier. Does not want to get picked off around the drop while holding the bomb on his own. Dennis and Oscar, the rotation would be very, very long indeed. Oscar starting to move as maybe the grenades are primed. Maybe there was a call based on those grenades being primed, but North, they are subject to Molotovs. They will be slowed down. Will there be counter flashes? The push is coming in. It's the CT will be blind. Moving past tree position are the T's. Trying to wipe out the players on this side, but Rops is alive. Rops with a 2K. Oscar's there as well. Man like Rops with a 3rd KO. And it's going to leave config alone. He can't get the 4th. Neither can Oscar. Leaving in a 1 versus 2. But another quick shot from another AWP. Chris J to even the score. 12-12.
They are fighting, and North aren't having quite as smooth a time as I thought that they might on this T side of theirs. And back onto the pistols, never a fun place to be. There he goes,
Man
Mr.
like
Robs.
Robs.
Yeah, Magisk is a very young player, but I think Robs actually likely beats him in age. The youngster on the scene, straight out of FPL.
Robs is he's a Phil Hellmuth man. He's looking for them bracelets. Oscar missing some shots, but getting some info for his team. He's got support as well. Robson, Chris J rotating, but can they get there fast enough? The door smoked off, moving through the balcony position. The teams are here with pistols. They need a plant, they need something, but what they're getting is coffins, and they're getting nailed into them one by one. AZ left alone next to the bomb, getting one headshot, but all the damage they can do is 2 players, and the lead is taken by the CTs. No bomb plant. A timeout has been called as well. It's a tactical timeout from North.
Yeah, suddenly things start to change, don't they? I mean, it was previously North looking very confident and not really showing any signs of frustration, but frustration is starting to seep in perhaps a little bit there for them, as Mousesports are really controlling things at the moment, and the double ops is working nicely. And I don't think North necessarily have a strict answer to Mousesports just yet that they could consistently rely upon it. Everything does, of course, rely on taking some risks. And it's very good to try to challenge, to to take away positions towards A, just clear out that space, make it a part of your default. But we might see something similar from North as we saw from Mousesports when they started to have some trouble, is potentially just a very fast round, get the bulk of the attack going through that middle position. Potentially that's one option that can work, and indeed we'll see 4 players towards A here for North. Let's see how they handle it though.
Magisk only has 2 kills in this half, but 17 kills that he has yielded for his team so far. He has been almost absent in this second half, so he needs to pull his socks up. Robs with an 85% on headshots in the first half and 77 in the second. It's pretty consistent, it's nice. But is it enough? Mousesports, 1 round in the lead, but there's still much work to do. North back on the buy. 3 AWPs on the server. 4-man focus on A for now from the T's. Early smokes will slow the pace. Dennis and Oscar, though, in forward positions. Oscar looking towards Danger, and Danger does lurk there with MSL and Magisk, but MSL's leading the charge with the bomb. Dennis will spot the bomb on the radar now. That might rotate more players, although the CT seem pretty fixed at present. Rob's repositioning, looking towards the lower area. Dennis and Oscar slowly backing off towards A.
Yeah, I think Mousesports are playing a great retake setup at the moment. Here's just leaving 2 players towards B, one of them being a connector, very fast rotation as the 4th man to A. So things looking quite nice, I would say, for Mousesports here as they await the committed play from North. And they're going to see all the nades over now, but will they run back towards B? That's the question, because they could very well do so. Looks like they will go up the middle with the time that is remaining. In fact, there's way too little time to run to B. What am I talking about? This is a good defense coming in here, though, from Mousesports, as they were so ready for this. We saw the positioning, and they executed, and now it's just 1 left. That's all they have to do, and it's like AZ doesn't even want any part of this at this point. And again, I think it's, as you said, James, I think they got so much information, did Mousesports. They adjusted their setup so well from that, and I think that may have just been it.
Yeah, I mean, they were already in good positions at that point with 3 on the A side when that bomb was spotted. So it's very curious for MSL to be facing with the bomb in that situation. 14-12. It looked like a kitchen sink play there from North, but it just didn't work out. Mousesports in the red and North in the blue. But the blue is with Mousesports on the CT side. 14-12 now. We see North still able to buy. They're on their 3rd of 4 tactical timeouts, but what difference can they make? Can they have an impact on this round?
That's a good point, the red versus blue. Which would you be, James? Would you be red or blue?
I don't know. I think in a in a combat situation, black and red colours of war, so I'll go for the red.
Yeah, I would go for blue for sure.
You know why? Because you're a piece of gum, that's why.
Because I'm what?
A piece of gum. Which is commonly blue. I don't know. Anyway, 14-12, no more AWPs for North.
Yeah, it looks like they might go very fast here. It doesn't seem like they are deterred by any counter grenades all that much from Mousesports. They've found their way with Config quite deep onto the stairs area, and they're going to dive through the broken wall. Lowell's going to boost himself up there, though. They're all blind. Lowell comes in from behind now, and things get very, very bad here. 3 quick kills going either side right now. So it's 1 versus 2 now that we had that exchange by the Coop, and it's on Oscar. And there's still smokes down. Oh, almost a double, but not quite. But he's got the information, and that's the important part, isn't it? As now he's looking for another re-engagement. Waiting for the perfect moment to strike here, using the flashbangs to cover him. And now just backing away. And he can try to force his opponent to plant. The repositioning here from Oscar, so smart. Oh, no! Oh, my goodness gracious me. Pulls out the pistol. Oh, he looks like he misread the timing.
Surely he saw him jump peek past the tree. You just want Oscar to hold that AWP out, man. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. But no, AZ ready, AZ patient, AZ sharp and quick on the trigger finger. AZ keeping his team in this game, keeping Mousesports away from match point. Almost thought they were going to line up for him, but no. AZ's been in tense situations before, and he's delivered time and time again. Give his team a fighting chance. Mousesports back on the buy though, back with 2 AWPs and still in the lead for now.
Yeah, this is so close right now between these two teams. Another B pressure, but do they commit to this? I mean, they don't have anything going on elsewhere on the map, and they're starting to go drop now with 2 players. The bomb has been dropped though by the Dragonlord Tapestry, and in they go through drop into the grinder. That is Dennis. He'll happily take those frags there for free almost. No, in fact, they were for free. He didn't take any damage. And in comes KGB up middle. This needs to work. KGB has to get the frag. He will, but there's still Oscar to worry about.
Man advantage, Mousesports. Lowell starting to flank, but time is of the essence for both teams in that respect. He might not get there in time to help his teammates. So now it's a 3-on-3. Oscar will change that, however, with a great shot. And he becomes the bait for Chris J to take KGB down from the back. Then from the front, Oscar with the 3rd kill. The AWP's putting in massive damage, puncturing people left and right, putting Mousesports on match point.
Oh, the money, James. North don't have any money. This is the worst time to have this situation happen to you. And I really felt like Mousesports, that they would struggle against North's T side, but they've been really holding it down remarkably well and so solid. They just need one more round, and really all that can be fielded by North here is, I mean, the player that has the most money is $3,000.
In fairness, though, they've got more money than they did in some other rounds where they won or almost won. That said, maybe there's an argument that that situation would be more manageable on the CT side, for however manageable that may be. But yes, it's the North situation absolutely sucks. That's just a monster play from Dennis. There was a short time where I know Gobby had a grenade execution when he was on NRG to deal with that situation with a pop flash that bounced off the floor, but can't use it every day. And it's difficult to do, but obviously because of the bouncing and so on, it can be telegraphed. Not ideal for every situation, but then what is 13 to 15? Pistols are here. Lowell is in position, but he may end up in a close-range duel if North have the right timing. Starting to move into the site. Rob's forced back. He's playing the slow game, Lowell, but he can't get the duels. Chris Chase picks one off, but he's been lost as well. Rob trying, but he's been baited. He's been saved by his teammates. The North player, KGB getting the kill there. Oscar and Dennis to do what they can.
Oh dear. It's another player down there for Mousesports. It's all on Oscar again, and maybe if he can get a fast frag, if someone serves themselves up to him, he can consider a full commit to that B-bomb site, but looks like it's not going to happen. Mousesports will have to save this orb and think about the next round. North have done it with a quick Tech 9 rush, and also a fairly predictable play, but that's the thing with these Tech 9 rushes onto the B-bomb site. Sometimes they just work. Doesn't matter if you know if they're coming or not. The chaos is really difficult to deal with because they can move so fast with the Tech 9s.
It's going to be a tight last round of normal time at the very least. Again, if we do go to overtime, it will be 3 rounds and a half, $10,000 per person. There have been some tournaments recently that did 5 rounds and, 3 rounds and 16,000. But those aren't the official Revolvo parameters. And they don't seem too favoured from what people have witnessed so far. AWPs onto both teams. Mousesports have quite a reasonable buy, but they are lacking in some grenades. They've got smokes, so they can waste time. They can try to thwart the timing of their opponents. Oscar and Dennis forward positions once again, but Oscar's back isn't quite covered.
Oscar actually had to drop a FAMAS and an M4 with his money, which is quite awesome. But he had enough to do that. It's a lot of cash. North looking to keep themselves in this one a drop zone take. Bomb's been left behind for the time being though, so plan could be to swing rounds to way at some point. Of course, they did fail in their previous attempt to split onto way through with the use of drop zone and connector, but right now they don't really have presence towards A, so it's just config watching for any pushes. And that's really smart at this point, because if you take drop zone, maybe there's a response. So they give it a good 10-15 seconds to see if someone will push A side of the map, but that's not the case. Now he's going to pick up the bomb. Is config, perhaps?
We've got a full rotation coming in from the CTs almost. Oscar, he's repositioned close. Dennis has gone deep, so this is going to be a huge fight on the B bomb site. But which way will it go? It's match point for Mousesports. Tournament life isn't on the line. They're both at 1-1, but nobody wants to be on the arse end of this round, that's for sure. Dennis going back towards the A sites. Perhaps opportunities have come and gone for the CTs. North still playing it slow, but surely the fight's about to begin. The full rotation here now. Lowell close to the smoke, but he still can't get the kill.
Oh my god, what on earth happened there? Chris J helping in the effort to kill down Lowell, and now it's a 2 versus 3 here. Oscar's coming in once again. Flick shot, not connected. It's down to the new man, Rops, but he can't do it. And it's overtime. North. Oh my goodness, it almost slipped through their fingers, but they keep everything in check and they give themselves that big red reset button.
Do you realize how close that was? There were 5 seconds on the clock. Rops is about to go behind tree and KGB shoots him through the corner of the wall to keep their team in the game. That is bonkers. That's as close as it gets. Hanging off the edge with mere fingertips. But they find a way to pull up their own weights. 15 apiece as we move into overtime again. 3 rounds a half. Maybe we'll see the shot here. Look at that. Look how much he had. That is the difference between victory and defeat. 5 seconds on the clock. He misses that shot, it's GG.
That is insane, isn't it?
That is a massive play. A massive play. But it's behind them now. It's history. It's the past. We restart anew, afresh. North with 5 AKs in the first round on their T side.
So they want to go for potentially a split again here. They have only 2 players towards the B position. In fact, they're just harassing, creating presence and throwing grenades, trying to stave off the rotation. But Mousesports have 2 players in A long. They can actually play around danger as well. So they have a lot to work with. This will be difficult for North.
3 on 3. Wants to fight for 80s on the site, and his teammates are picking off some players. KGB taking out Chris J, and there's some nice positioning now for well, both teams, but Rops is going to be on the losing end of things, leaving Lowell alone, and a 1 versus 2. The Molotov can force one of these teams into position, but misses the mark. AZ dropping the smoke as well, and oh, that's great presence of mind from Lowell, putting himself in a 1 versus 1. AZ dropped down to the low ground, jumping back onto the high ground. The clock's ticking, the fuse kit's there. AZ spotted, but the smoke is still up for the time being. Repositioning Lowell, going for the spray. He's running out of bullets now. He needs to move quickly, lining up the Molotov, but he's completely exposed, and he really is frustrated with that one. Backwards and forward, such tense rounds. He's got to keep his mind focused though. Opportunities have come, opportunities have been lost, but you've got to keep focused on the next round. Forget about what could have been. It's over, it's too late. You've got 6 seconds to get your head back into the game. 16-5 in favor of North. 16-15 in fact. 16-5 would be an overmatch. Mousesports on the usual setup. Oscar towards long A, Dennis in the lower position, and North seems to be barreling straight into the B bomb side again. Rubino-esque plays when he needs to be on a team. MSL will pick up the mantle in that respect.
This is a rough situation. Sprinting into position or trying to do so. but it's not going to work out. Savage stuff there from Magisk, eliminating Oscar as well. And Dennis is too far away to have any impact in this round. North looking to claim another one, going 17 to 15. It's going to be pretty scary for Mousesports at this point. North are going to be setting the bar high going into the second half if they continue this up, continue with this kind of dominance. And B really does seem to be working out for them pretty well.
We've got Hype Cam in the corner on Magisk. And it's Dennis's turn to be Zelda. And maybe MSL will be his princess. We shall see. MSL's in the reds.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was like, I don't know how much you can expect there.
Yeah, he's going for the hero play. No hype from Magisk just yet. No hype. He knows the cam's on him. He's like, nope, no, can't do it on demand. He's got to do it, you know, in the moment when he's feeling it. Drops down to the Mag 7. So, oh, double Mag 7. So one of these you would expect to be playing around a crack in the wall. Perhaps they'll put another one in the drop zone. May even go for a boost, a cheeky boost. We'll soon find out.
North, again, a lot of their successes have been characterized by hits onto the B-bomb site, just with different timings and setups. Rops did actually make this push with a UMP previously, and it did work out, but this time he's on a Mag 7. Should be fun times, should it be challenged. And you can see the Magisk is cognizant of any sort of pushes around that position. So how deep will he go? Being baited at the moment is Rops. Will he go for it though? That's a pretty interesting spot. Do they actually realize that he could be here? Oh, this could be big, but it's absolutely nothing. And that is very disappointing there for Rops.
Really unlucky for the lads. See what the rest of his team can do. Opportunities come and gone. They know Mag 7s are in play. Moving away from the B-bomb site for now. So Chris J won't get any openings. If Chris J has to retake A with a Mag 7, that is going to suck. Dennis, so many targets. Two-man spray down, that is monstrous. He can play with these angles now. He's got some space created. The grenade is out, but he's going to go straight into the face of Magisk. Dennis with a nuclear play for Mousesports. He's top of the leaderboard. He's just 30-bombed for his team. It's not one just yet, though. Config picking Oscar off. Dennis trying to reposition into a completely weird angle. He had no time to reload there. He had to play with the bullets that were left because they would have hurt him. 2-on-2. He's done great work for his team.
Yeah, he really has done great work. Ken Lowell followed up there. Ooh, Chris J just peppering in the back there very calmly, very patiently. He has a Mag 7 though, so you can see why he's using the USP. That might make life difficult, but he can collect the AK-47s, of which there are numerous on the ground now as he faces up against Cage and B now. It's all about the timing and the angles here. And oh, there's an angle. So much damage done to Chris J, down to 15, down to 1 for Cajun. How is he alive? Oh, and he's going to get it as well. 3 rounds in a row for North in this first half of overtime 1. And that is quite the bar indeed that they have set for Mousesports. Mousesports cannot lose a single round or they are done.
There it is on your screens. 3 match points for North. From the brink of destruction, they remain alive. And North will begin on a CT side. It's their turn to defend. And there were a myriad of problems for Mousesports. Again, going back to the beginning of the match. After the pistol, the force fire was a problem, the eco run was a problem. There were problems all over the shop. There we go, the game is about to begin. 20 seconds to the time where we proceed with the rounds. We'll see what these teams are buying in a second. Dennis, though, he did so much from this position, but still they were unable to convert. That's got to be frustrating.
I love with Dennis there as well. Instead of looking away and realizing he would probably die if he looks away at the flash there, he actually goes for he commits with the flash. He's like, I'm not going to look away. I'm just going to peek as long as I think that I can, use my intuition there, and then just as soon as I get to the deepest angle, just start spraying when the flash goes off. And that was just so perfect. Really nice stuff from him indeed. And he's been definitely playing quite well here for Mousesports. And generally, it's been great to see the transformation of some of the players who did stay on the lineup. since, you know, all the changes, Dennis being one of those. He has definitely come alive.
Interestingly, with 3 match points, North have gone for the all-in play on the first round of overtime with double AWPs. That is a colossal investment in this specific situation on the CT side. So if Mousesports are able to win this round, if they make it to the last round of the half, basically, then they're going to be in very good stead for a second overtime. But first, they have to win the first one. Config just standing up there with an angle, 2 players in tow.
I don't know that they did this setup once in regular time, actually. I think this is quite a gambly play because, you know, of course, it's like playing, you know, 3 banana, like at the beginning of Inferno. You know, you're investing a lot towards A, but the idea is that it's a surprise, and Lower will go in. Oh my God, they get absolutely decimated here. Oscar can't be missing that shot. That could have been the opportunity to get back into this round, but now it's a 2 versus 5, and Oscar's gonna walk straight into MSL, who was waiting there, and Oscar's never going to expect him to be there because he already saw 2 players passing, and now it's down to just Robs.
Down to 12 HP. 1 versus 5, 1 player picked off. He's got the bomb. He's got 45 seconds, but he's got 12 HP and an AK. You couldn't ask more of Rops to keep his team in this match right now. The young 17-year-old seems to have a cool head, but this is so